The Katie Weaver Show. This is Katie. I'm your host, and I'm so happy to be here. I feel like I haven't been here forever. I haven't. And it's not like me to ever miss. But 2 weeks ago, I had to miss for my daughter's district softball tournament. Last week, right before the show started, my computer had an epic meltdown, and I just couldn't go live. So it is what it is. But here we are. We're back. And I'll tell you what. I ordered a new computer because I am done with this computer being the reason that I don't get things done. So, yay me. It's on its way, so I'm actually super excited about that. I think I've been lurching along with subpar computers for quite a while, and I finally went, why am I doing that? I'm really tired of doing that. So, anyway, blah, blah, blah. It should be better. For me, at least. Oh gosh, I hope you guys are having a good week. We have been in the post-full moon hangover phase for a couple of days. I should mention, if you are live with us, it is the 21st of May. It is noon Pacific time. We are live, so I'm glad to see you guys here. I do want to invite you to join us in the chat room, and you can find that by heading over to 12radio.com. That's number2radio.com. Click on the chat button and you'll be redirected into the Facebook chat. So Scott is standing by and he will gladly let you into the Facebook room. So that's how that works. There's a banner at the top of the page, which is mine, and that's where we're going to be chatting. We've got plenty of things to talk about. We just have moved out of Taurus and into Gemini, which means that we're on sale today over at 12Listen. And I'll be there for the entire afternoon and evening. So if you need anything, come and see me. I will be there to help you out. So that's a great and easy way to connect, and always happy to announce a sale day. Favorite days, right? Okay. Things I want you to know. Our guest yesterday on 12 News was Jenny, and she was so awesome. She is quite the elemental herself. She's got all kinds of nature spirits around her all the time. And she told us an extraordinary story about a cardinal that is around her currently. That was pretty amazing. I loved it. So anyway, I hope that if you didn't listen to 12 News yesterday, that you catch an archive or a replay and catch our interview with Jenny. It was great. So, and she, of course, is an advisor over at 12Listen, and she is a contributor into Luminous Magazine. So lots of good stuff there. We are going to do some singing bowl work today to ground and to turn up our wattage. For some reason, that full moon turned some of you down. And I'm going to help turn you back up to your comfort level, as always, right? Of course. Okay, so that's good. Good stuff. My kid is home from college for the summer, so that's fun. It's great to have him here. And our daughter, our middle child, is graduating from high school on Friday, so that's wild. We had a family party for her on Sunday, and we had the biggest surprise for her because we got her a new car. Her car it's been great. It's given her everything she needed, as a teenager. But to move to another town 5 hours away, this car was not up to it. So she got a new car, and a big surprise. And it was really, really fun and exciting to see her reaction. I was looking forward to it for a week. We bought the car, 10 days before her party. So we were keeping the lid on it that long. And to be honest, that's hard for me to do. But somehow we managed. Oh gosh. Anyway, it's all good. Let's see. I guess that's all I want to share with you right this minute that I can think of. So I guess let's go ahead and jump into the magazine. Oh, I do want to say that I should have plenty of time to do some readings, some healings, some animal communication in the chat room. So if there is anything I can help you with, let me know there, and I will see what I can do after we get through all of our regular segments. Of course. Gracie said she hates secrets too, or presents, because all she wants to do is spill the beans. Yes, she will. Michelle wants to know if this show will replay in the on-demand. Yes, you bet it will. Okay. Yeah, me too. Like I can keep the secret. I can. I'm the one who ends up dropping too many hints. And my kids are way too psychic for that. And so I should not. I tried not to this time. And actually it was her dad that maybe gave her a little too much tea. But hey, it's okay. It's what it is. She didn't know. I'll say that. She didn't know. But anyhow. Alrighty. Well, let's look at Luminous. I'm loving Luminous so much. I'm going to put a link in the chat room, but you guys can go find it if you would like to over at katie-weaver.com. Just click on that Katie's Magazine tab at the top of the page, and then you can click on the cover there and it will take you right into it. So, but there's a link here in the chat room for you too. I was so excited last week to come and share with you guys because I had put all new art in the magazine and I'm loving it, really loving it. I know it's probably too much, but I love it. I am too much. So it's perfect for me. Anyway, loving all of the new art in it. So at any rate, the cover, as you are, if you're looking, it's all this wooden art with flowers and I just love it. So the topic or the name, you know, I always name the edition. So I called this edition the You Are My Sunshine edition because that song always makes me feel happy and loved, and I hope it does that for you as well. So that song was rolling around in my head and I thought, that's where it's at. I talked a little in a note from me about being in a bit of a full moon hangover and that this is a good time for comfort, for creature comforts like comfort food, naps, blankies, comfortable clothes, warm stuff, whatever makes you feel good. This week really calls for that. So take good care of yourself and don't deny yourself of the things that you need, and don't be too strenuous with yourself right now. It's not actually useful. So it's okay. You can get back to that if you want to later, but anyway, so my memoir this week, I was thinking about how it's Memorial Weekend coming up. This is a weekend that for my family, we have always camped from the time I was a baby. I can't think of one year in my lifetime that we haven't camped over Memorial Weekend. But when I was a kid, my family didn't call it Memorial Weekend. They called it Opening Fishing Weekend because here in Idaho, that's when all of the waterways opened for legal fishing. And some of them opened earlier, but all of them opened then. And my dad and his brothers, they were all, you know, the great white fishermen. And so they, I don't even know what that means. Anyway, so it was opening fishing for us. So that's a big deal around here. And so there's this little town near mine that has what they call the Fisherman's Breakfast. And it's the Friday of Memorial Weekend. And it is at 6 o'clock in the morning, from like 6 until 9. When I was a kid, every year, my dad would get us three girls out of bed, bundle us up, because it's still cold here that time of year, and sometimes really cold. It can be snowing, it can be raining and blowing, it can be pretty crappy. And it's early in the morning, which is always chilly here. So anyway, my mom, not a fan. She did not need to freeze to death to eat cold pancakes. So she'd stay home in her bed. But it was a big deal to go with Dad to the Fisherman's Breakfast. So he would load us up and he would haul us over to the Fisherman's Breakfast. You guys, I'm not kidding. People would wrap around blocks. Long lines of people just standing in line, freezing to death, waiting for their cold breakfast. Because by the time you got up there, it was definitely a cold breakfast. Pancakes, sausage, bacon, scrambled eggs, hash browns, and juice or milk, usually. Something cold to drink, because why not? At any rate, this is it's kind of a, but anyway, it's a tradition. And as you wait in line, there are booths of businesses and politicians set up, and they give you tons of freebies. When I was a kid, you'd come home with bags full of freebies of, you know, stuff like pencils and candy, and especially during election years, and stickers, and, you know, all kinds of doodads, because that's how, you know, your business could see a lot of people in a morning. Or as a politician, I've shaken many a politician's hand in that line over the years. Probably should go back. They probably would want to hear what I had to say. Maybe that's what I should do. It's really hard to get any FaceTime with our politicians. Well, that's a thought, isn't it? They don't want to talk to me. Anyway, but it's fun. It's just fun. There's a great energy there. People are very excited. Everyone's talking fishing. And so for kids, you're just bored to death, right? But you're listening to your dad and all the strangers around him talking about where everybody's going, what, the fishing reports are, what's supposed to be good, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, big deal to go to the fisherman's breakfast. I will freely admit that I don't go anymore. I don't. I probably should. Should probably drag my kids out of bed at the crack of dawn on Friday morning and make them go for tradition. Probably not going to do it, though. I'll be honest. Probably not. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. Anyway, but we always did. But I was thinking about a time when we were really little. We would always camp with a big bunch of the Brower family, a lot of uncles, cousins, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, and lots of people, and lots of kids, and lots of grandmas. My grandma and her sisters, essentially, and sister-in-laws. And any of the grandmas was your grandma. And if they told you to do something or not to do something, then by hell, you better listen, because you were expected to mind and respect all of those grandmas. And any one of them had no problem giving you a swat or yelling at you or yanking you into their camper to wash your face or feed you. It was all good. The good came with the bad, right? It was all good. It was being overly loved, probably. Sometimes overly supervised, but then maybe not. At any rate, one year, when we were pretty little, Christy and I were she was maybe 6, I was maybe 5. We weren't very big. My grandpa produced these little pocket knives for us, for these little kids. And my mom was not happy because she thought we were too little to be running around with knives. Who would have thought? But he was just sure it would be okay. He wanted to teach us how to cut a willow and how to whittle the end off into a point to roast a hot dog. He wanted to teach us how to make our own hot dog sticks. That was a big deal for him. Now you buy the stick, right? When I was a kid, you didn't buy the metal stick with the wood handle on the end. You cut a willow and you whittle the end into a point, and that's what you roasted your hot dog on. That's how it was done. And they taste different. They really do. I should do that sometime. Anyway, so that's why. He gave us these little knives. He wanted to teach us how to whittle. So we sucked at whittling because, well, we weren't patient and we had, little children hands that were probably not really up to it anyway. I don't know. But we spent that whole weekend running around with those knives, cutting at everything we could get a hold of. So we got busted behind our grandma's camper because everybody would bring the fish that they caught to her, and she would stand in her old camper and at the sink and clean the fish, and then she'd throw all the fish heads and the guts out her window, her kitchen window. So we had discovered these fish heads and guts, and as crazy kids with brand new knives, we wanted something to do. So we got caught sitting behind the camper, chopping at the fish heads. Actually digging all of the eyeballs out. It's horrifying with our knives. And we got in big trouble because we were covered in fish guts. So she made us get in the river to get washed, and it was cold. We had to strip down, get in the river, and get washed up, and get dried off, and get in clean clothes with a big threat to never, ever do something like that again. And so anyway, the next day, as you can imagine, we did that again. And not just us this time. We enlisted our cousins. So now everybody knew that the cool thing to do was to try to cut the lenses out of the fish's eyes. They're hard, in case you're wondering. And so we were all sitting behind the camper, kind of hiding behind a bush, sawing up all of the fish guts. And, we were just mini scientists, I think. It was very interesting. Then we got busted by all of the grandmas back there, covered in fish guts again. That was the last of our clean clothes. Everything else was muddy, fishy, stinky, gross. And there we were. So she made us get in the river and wash out all of our clothes and lay them on the banks to dry. And then wrap up in blankets and just take a nap in her camper until we had dry enough clothes to put on. And our names were Mud. They really were. But you want to know what? she still didn't take away our pocket knives. I can't believe it, but I had that knife for years and years. I don't have it anymore, but anyway, apparently that's what happens when you give kids knives. So that's my memoir this week. You can read it in its entirety there, but I think I pretty much told you the story. So yes, I am camping this weekend for Memorial Weekend, in case you're wondering. Rain or shine, and it's probably rain, and a little shine, I hope. Our crystal guidance this week comes from Christy. She, of course, is our master crystallogist, and it is blue topaz. Blue topaz encourages communication, improves communication, encourages social interaction, and offers unconditional love. Blue topaz. And this card she pulled from us from her energy oracle deck is the dolphin card. So the dolphin, blow it up a little bit. Okay, the dolphin is about communication, social, unconditional love, support. The challenge is feeling unsupported, shut down, strings attached. The crystal is blue topaz. The meditation is, dear dolphin, please guide me to communicate openly and seek support and unconditional love in my relationships. So I loved that. I thought that was really great. So that's what it's all about this week, the dolphin. And if you're interested in her cards, by the way, and you should be, they are so beautiful. They're her fractal art. Go check out Christy Brower on ChristyBrower.com and you can find them there. Okay, Kai's Kaleidoscope about lilacs in the sun. I really loved this. I loved what she had to say about lilacs. She educated me. They are not native to the Americas. They're native to Europe and Asia. She said they were planted in both George Washington and Thomas Jefferson's gardens. Lots of interesting tales about, or facts and lore about lilacs. I really loved it. So Kai, thank you. I loved your article. I love lilacs. I have a huge stand of lilacs that runs all the way along one side of my house. My mother loved lilacs, and you made me think about going along with Memorial Weekend. My grandmas were, they were very practical, and my mom's grandma and my dad's mom, my grandma, all my grandmas, I guess, they did not, they didn't buy flowers for Memorial Day. They took what they had. And so they would take, I don't know where this idea came from, but they would take a can, like just a soup can, or like they open a can of olives, or if they didn't have a can on hand, just a mason jar. And to make it fancy, they would wrap it in aluminum foil. Then it was fancy. And they would cut lilacs and put in those as, that was their vase or their stand. And then they would load us all up in the car, and we would drive around to all the cemeteries around where their parents were buried and various family members and whatnot. And we would put the cans or the jars of lilacs on everybody's graves. And they would always bring milk jugs of water and a scrub brush. And they'd make you get down on your hands and knees and scrub all the graves off, and pick all the grass around them, clean them up, scrub off any bird poop or anything that was, unseemly there. Clean the graves. That had to happen the week before Memorial Day. And then they'd put out their lilacs with their little cans or jars. And that was a staple for Memorial Day. We had to do that. It just makes me laugh. That was how you made them fancy. Aluminum foil. So Kai, I loved your article about lilacs. I have a deep connection to them, as I'm sure many of you do as well. All right, the tip this week is the Spring Sinus Blend. I'm hearing from a lot of you guys that you're really suffering with allergies. This is my favorite allergy blend. Take a roller bottle and combine 3 drops each of lavender, lemon, and peppermint essential oils. And then top it off with liquid coconut oil, into your roller bottle, and put the lid on, mix it up. You can put that on your sinuses, under your nose, on the back of your neck. You can diffuse those 3 oils together. Some essential oil companies actually sell them in a capsule if you choose to take them that way. But that blend of oils is a really powerful one for sinuses if you struggle with sinus stuff this time of year. Well, for allergies, if you struggle with spring allergies. So I know if you are struggling with allergies, you will do just about anything to feel better. No, it's the worst. Okay. Dr. Elisa says, do not resist your current mood or try to change it. First, accept that it is a perfect expression of how you feel, and then listen to the message it brings. Really, really liked what she had to say about really facing your emotions head on and becoming aware of what's going on with you rather than try to sugarcoat it or cover it up or pretend it away. And, you know, sometimes we do that. And sometimes, you know, unfortunately, sometimes in New Age, we have been taught to do that. And it depends for me. If it's a bad attitude, sometimes for me, I have to fake it till I make it, because I can have a really bad attitude, believe it or not. But she's right, though. Before you do any of that, stop and listen and figure out why you're feeling that way. Things don't get better until you do. Alrighty. Our weekly cosmic strip from Miss Elizabeth Lindsay, of course, from Angel with an Edge. I loved this one. Of course, this is Angel Beth. It says, she cried so many tears she feared they would wash her away. Instead, they carried her through her healing, inner knowing, and freedom. Such a cute one. I love it. Loved the message. So thank you, Elizabeth. They just keep getting better and better. Our Magic Monday message from Melissa Caprio. I have amazing health, prosperity, and abundance. Really loved the postcard. It's so pretty. Loved it. Thank you so much for that, Melissa. Chrisanne. This is Chrisanne Morgan from This Intuitive Life. She says, ever wonder how to navigate through life when your monkey mind has a grip on the steering wheel? We've all been there, right? Do you ever just want to say, shut up to yourself? Well, she's got some good ideas how to be constructive and do that so that you can be able to get constructive. Taya's Soundscapes. Taya brings us the river. Really fun article about a river that she visited not too long ago, I think, with a cute picture of her and just a really lovely article about the river and what it taught her and, you know, the messages you can take home from it as well. So thank you, Taya. And then Jenny, her article from her Heart Awakenings. My gosh, I want to say segment. I know that's not the right word, but it's okay. My thyroid labs are a little out of whack. It's got my brain interesting. Anyway, column. Thank you. It showed up. Okay. Her Heart Awakenings column. Practice creates progress. I loved what she had to say about that. Practicing your gifts, practicing who you want to be, practicing the parts of life that you want to embody. Loved it. Thank you, Jenny. I really appreciated your message this week. The daily collective messages from Laurie Light. Our message today is remember to have fun. Damn right, Laurie, right? We're going to have fun. That's one thing we can do. You know me. That's one thing I always do. And then from Anita, we have Anita and the Masters, Archangel Shamuel. Archangel Shamuel is known for his incredible all-knowing vision. I loved it. Little message there and just some information about how to connect to Shamuel. So thank you so much for that. And of course, if you have not caught Gracie's documentary, there's a link here. If you click right on her ad, on her postcard there, it'll take you to it. So if you haven't taken a little time to settle in and watch it, I highly recommend it. All right, well, that is Luminous this week, so I'm very excited about it. Really, just loving the art so much. What a great way to start bringing in summer. So, all righty, well, let's move on to, let's see, Facebook is fine. That's what, right? Facebook is fine. Alrighty. Okay. Great. Oh, I'm seeing all kinds of good stuff. Is there fried scrapple at the breakfast? I don't know what that is. So, no, there is not. Okay. Okay. Now Pamela wants pancakes. I'm sorry. Yeah. Me too. I've been trying to figure out keto pancakes because when we go camping, you always eat pancakes. So, but I think I can make keto pancakes and make them work. We'll find out. Okay. Alrighty. Lots of comments here in the chat. You guys, I will definitely get to all of you. I hope. I shouldn't say that. I will try to get to all of you today. I'm guessing that I will. Okay, let's do the reading for the week. So this, of course, comes from my deck, from the Ground, Bless, Protect, and Move deck. And this is a 5-card spread for spiritual self-care for the week. Alrighty. So, water, that's the ground card. We've had this card quite a few times lately, which I think is kind of interesting. Thank you, Katie. She said she loves that color on me. Thank you very much. Water. So it's come up several times lately. So how do you ground with water? So many ways. You know, I mean, obviously in the card, somebody sitting with, you know, on the ocean, which, you know, if you live close enough to the beach to do that, then more power to you. But if you're like a lot of us and you sure don't, what do? Well, you could visit any body of water and sit near it. Any body of water, especially that feels healing to you. You could certainly take a sea salt bath. You can just drink water and allow that to just settle into you and ground you. You can put your hands in cold water for about 60 seconds. That's a really quick and easy way to ground. So many ways to ground with water. So you decide what works best for you, but use water as a grounding tool this week. You may be feeling a little ungrounded. We just are. That moon just kind of rocked us on our heels, a lot of us. So Scott just keeps mouthing off to me about this because he's a Scorpio. And he's like, why do you keep talking shit on this moon? It was the best. And I'm like, oh, no, not for a lot of people. And he loved it. He's still loving it. He's got like more energy than anybody. So yeah, I'm letting him wash the dishes. Yeah, so there. But it really did. It got a lot of people a little shaken. So we'll work on it. All right. The blessed card is food. Do you bless your food? This one always makes me laugh because I was raised in a religion where you always prayed over your food. You always prayed over your food. Like, at any event, any family event, any, you know, even my kids that go to school stuff and they pray, I know, over food. It's an important thing. And I know lots of religions pray over food. This is not a religious idea. For me, this is bless your food. The picture on the card shows hands around your food, filling your food up with light. Let me give you some ideas or some scenarios about blessing and clearing your food. If we're talking about seed to table, that seed was created through growing a product, through harvesting that product, through harvesting the seed that was then packaged, well, dried, then packaged, then shipped, then sold. Then that was purchased, it was planted, it was nurtured until it became a product, which was then harvested and packaged and shipped and sold. It may have been on the shelves of a store for some time. It may have been processed. It may have had lots of things happen to it in between the time it was a seed to the time that's in your hot little hands, right? That's what we know. Lots of hands, lots of energies have passed through your food before it got to you, unless you're growing it yourself, which is ideal, but a lot of people don't, and that's fine. Or you can't really grow everything you eat. Well, maybe you can. If you're a rock star and you do that, then more power to you. A lot of people really don't have the resources or the time to do that. So what does that mean? It's not necessarily a bad thing, and it shouldn't be a fear-based thing, but it does mean that maybe it would behoove you to do a little clearing on the food that you put in your body that affects your very sensitive instrument here, right? How do you do it? I really like the method of doing it all at once. After you buy groceries, open the freezer, open the fridge, open the cupboards, and clear. You could smudge if you wanted. You could use a vibrational healing, like a singing bowl or a bell or toning with your mouth. with your own vocal cords. You could just put your hands out and just beam bright light from your hands through all of those things, holding the intention that first you are removing any energy that doesn't serve your highest and best good or the highest and best good of your family. And then come back and bless it all in the same way. Don't forget to show a little gratitude for those who made this food possible for you as well. Knowing that your food has passed through that many hands, chances are many of those folks could use a little more support from us. So make sure that you include them. That's how you bless your food. Individually, you get your salad at your restaurant, put your hands over it, fill it up with light, right? Easy enough. But blessing your food is a really easy, mindful, and powerful way to clear anything out of your world that you don't want there as far as food is concerned, and to just give yourself a little extra boost. I have a lot of clients that also go to an extra effort to bless, and charge up their animals' food and water before they give it to them. And that is a lovely gesture and really good for them too. Yeah. All right. The bless card this week is the talisman. The protect card. The protect card is the talisman. So I'm wearing a talisman today. If you're in my video, you can see it. It is a Tree of Life necklace that Scott made. It is made from smoky quartz. It's one of my favorites. And sometimes I have to just have it right here. So a talisman could be anything. It could be a necklace. It could be a charm. It could be a coin. It could be a fetish. Anything, that you want to use as a talisman is fine. Clear it first. So smudge it, put it in a singing bowl, chime a bell over it, sit it in sea salt overnight. There's a million ways to clear something. You do, what feels right to you. And then bless it and charge it. It's no good to you if you don't tell it what you want it to do. So hold it in your hands, hold it up to your mouth, and speak into it what you want it to do. Perhaps you want it to create an energy around you that wards off negative energy or just energy that doesn't serve your highest and best purpose. Perhaps you want it to help hold you in a higher energetic place. Perhaps you want to help it to make you a little more invisible to those who maybe don't have your highest and best good in mind. Only you know right now what is best for you or what you need, but a talisman is great. This is a really easy way. If you have kids or friends or family members that are struggling, like I have so many times blessed some kind of a talisman to send to school with one of my kids that was struggling with something. That's an easy, easy way to do it. All right. The move card this week is the dance card. I love this one. One of my favorite ones, really, because you can dance anywhere, right? Do you dance? Oh, I dance. You bet I dance. I dance because I have teenagers and I have to set them straight somehow, right? Sure. Anyway, turn up the music and dance. Dance in the living room. Dance with your cat. Whatever. But move yourself. Moving your body is a really powerful way to break up the negative energy. I keep using that word and I don't really mean to. I don't mean it. Negative is arbitrary, right? Negative maybe means what's negative to me and negative to you might be different. What I really mean is anything that you're holding that isn't serving your highest and best good, that isn't keeping you in the frequency that you like to be in, that your spirit is the most comfortable in. So moving your physical body helps to break up any energy that's stuck in your body that maybe isn't holding you in your best place. And it helps to amp up some of those happy hormones in your brain. So lots of good reasons why. All right, and then the boost card is the happy distractions card. You've got so much on your mind. This is a good time to distract yourself with something light. Read a great book, go to a funny movie, or do something else that you find fun and easy. And I really love that. It's fun to, I think, be able to find some happy distractions, especially if you're just feeling kind of blah. Do something fun, watch something fun. Oh my gosh, have you guys watched Bless This Mess? It's on, I think it's on NBC. Oh, it is on NBC. Oh my gosh. Funny. So funny. It's new. There's only like, I don't know, maybe 5 episodes so far, but I thought it was hilarious. I'm loving it. Wine Country just came out on Netflix. Very funny. It's a movie. Very funny. Oh, what else? Whatever. It doesn't even have to be funny, right? Maybe it's just feel good, but whatever it is, happy distractions. Sometimes that's a super good way to break you out of a funk or just to help lift your vibe. So that's a good one. Alrighty, so that is the reading for the week. There have been like 20 sirens go past my house here in the last couple of minutes. It's making my poor dogs crazy. If you hear a dog howling, you'll know why. Okay, I want to do a couple of things today. I'm going to drum for you. I feel like a lot of us are carrying some nervous energy that we picked up around the full moon. And I want to help you deal with that. So, and I want to help me deal with that too. So, I'm going to drum for you. This is a deer hide drum. And I'm going to drum so that you guys catch the effect of it. And I'm going to just drum for 2 or 3 minutes. A thing to note about drumming is that for a lot of people, when the drum first starts, it may bring out in you a fight or flight kind of response. It does that in a lot of people. If you just can't hack it, that's okay. Leave the room, turn it down, whatever you need to do. Give yourself a chance, if you can, to breathe through that initial response and ground into the energy of the drum. The idea with the drum today is to just help us to release anything you're carrying, anything in your aura that's not really supporting your highest and best good, and help your spirit to ground. That's the whole intention that we're holding. Sometimes, if you can really ground into the drum, you'll hear things coming out of the drum that are not, that I'm not doing. Sometimes you'll hear chanting or speaking or singing other kinds of voices. It's really interesting. So listen for that. So I'm going to drum now. And again, we're just holding that intention that we're going to let the vibration of the drum just really permeate your spirit. Just absorb, release anything that you don't need to carry any longer, and then help you to just really ground deeply. So here we go. Good. Okay. So that's the first part of this process. So interesting. I'd be interested to hear where you felt that release from you. Right at the very end, I had an intense release in my solar plexus. I was holding something there. I'm not sure. I don't think I was aware of it, but something deep there really finally expanded and released towards the end. And I think it's really interesting with that work that sometimes you will experience something move through you. Sometimes it causes a little pain as it goes, and then you feel better. So anyway, if you had a release like that, I'd love to hear about it. All right, phase 2 is the singing bowl. I promise to help you turn up your light. Some of you kind of got smashed, and in probably more ways than one. I don't know, no judgment here, but we need to raise up your wattage. So I'm gonna play the singing bowl. This is a solar plexus bowl. As I do so, I'm gonna ask you to move your consciousness deep into your solar plexus, and then just allow the vibration of the singing bowl to help open up that chakra and brighten up your light, just like you are turning it up, right? Really turn up your wattage. So that's what we're doing. So again, I'll just invite you now to change or to shift your consciousness into your solar plexus. In your solar plexus. Good. Good. Excellent, in fact. That feels so much better. So today, let's get you outside. Let's get your feet on the earth, bare feet on the earth if you can. Let's finish that grounding off by getting some time with water or getting yourself outside at the very least to help come back down to earth. Off the moon, I guess, right? Alrighty, let's take a quick look in the chat room here. So glad to see you guys all here today. It is Elizabeth's birthday on Friday. She said, may I have a birthday message, please? It is this Friday. So first of all, happy birthday. That is super exciting. I really want to pull a few cards for you, I think. So which deck? What do you think? You know, I thought so. I have Angie's deck, Angela Hartfield's deck, Whispers of Love. I've had it out for the last little bit, and I just, it was sitting here earlier, and I thought, I might use that deck today, so I'm not going to put it away. So I'm thinking it's probably for you, Elizabeth, because I would like to pull 3 cards so that we can take a peek at what we need to know here for the next few months. So I know that life for you has been kind of interesting, kind of trying to get some changes to happen and lurching along, and then getting some surprises in your current location that maybe change the game a little bit. So I'm curious to see what the cards think. I have my own ideas, but I'm gonna go both places with that. So I've got them ready here. I'm just gonna pull 3 cards asking what we need to know here for the next few months for you. So 1, 2, that one, okay, and 3. And again, these are Angela Hartfield. Angie, of course, is a psychic advisor over at One Two Listen, and you guys have heard her here on One Two Radio lots and lots of times. Know and love her, of course. So the first card is the Receive with Love and Appreciation. Isn't that fun? So first of all, with your birthday, allow yourself to receive. Don't feel guilty. Don't get weird about it. Practice receiving compliments without dusting them off. Practice asking for what you need. That really gives me something that I was thinking about too, because I feel like professionally moving forward, I really wonder if there is a space here for you to allow yourself to ask for some professional, help, but that's coming across all wrong. What I mean is, I feel like it may be time for you to ask some people that you have worked with in the past to help refer you or go to bat for you to receive the next position at work that you're seeking. So that's part of it for me. But part of this is socially too. So receive well. You do deserve it. All right. A little further down the road, miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. I feel like sometime around June-ish, those miracles and blessings really show up. We really see the stuff you've been working on professionally really kind of start to roll in. I feel like this may have to do with personal relationships as well. June to July, super good months for you. And then and then have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. We're talking about like July, August. This is as you have gone through some changes, and I feel like maybe you're kind of going, is this really what I wanted? That you settle into it for a little while and let things play out. I feel like you're going to see some real shift and change around you that doesn't necessarily affect your work, but affects a lot of other people that you know, and that you're going to have to sit tight for that. And you can love other people through it, but don't throw yourself under the bus for it either. So it looks to me like a pretty lovely summer coming for you with some good breakthroughs. So yay, we'll take it. So happy birthday, my friend. I love it. Okay. Jane said she is super cranky. Anything will help. Undecided about dropping a client. ICP drama. I know what that means. Can't get motivated to write. Does one need to buy a domain name for a book title? So many questions. So much. IBSC. Itty bitty shitty committee activity. Got it. So grumpiness, lots of grumpy self-talk, maybe some other people bringing some pretty negative stuff into your world. All of it. Yeah. I kind of feel like you are going to drop the client. And here's the funny thing, Jane. I think if you drop the client, you're going to replace that client with a few more that there's a better vibe here with. So, do what's right for your business. But I suspect that's coming. I think that you will. The warning on it, or the admonition, I guess, is that you do it on your terms and that you drop them in a way that that you feel good about, so that you can just move forward with your business. Sometimes you'll find that one kind of loose cog, just keeps everything from moving as well as it should. So yeah. Yes. Okay. Does one need to buy a domain name for a book title? It doesn't hurt. It really doesn't hurt, because then you would have it. And sometimes actually when you take a few steps like that too, it helps break open that stuck feeling. You've got the book title in your head. I mean, the hard part with that is maybe the book title will change, but if you're quite sure that you know what the title is going to be, why not go ahead and do that? Because that's going to encourage you a little bit more to go ahead and write and finish getting the actual writing done, right? Not being able to get motivated to write is an epidemic that all writers suffer from time to time. And my best advice for you, Jane, is to bribe yourself. It really is. And it usually works. We're not above bribery, right? Bribe yourself. Sometimes you just need a little bit extra. And yes, getting your book done should be enough, maybe. But when you have those blocks in your head, when you're feeling grouchy, when you're feeling not yourself, it's hard. And yet I feel like if you could just finally lurch into go mode and get to writing, I feel like it would start spilling out of you like nobody's business. So what could you do for yourself for putting in an hour today? What could you do for yourself for putting in an hour tomorrow? One of the ones I really like is, okay, if I can get my writing done, then I'll have my coffee. Or if you have to have your coffee before you write, I get that too. Maybe that's not it, but what can you do for you that would motivate you? Look at bribery. Don't be above it. You don't have to be. You're not parenting yourself. Well, you kind of are. That's the challenge, right? We are parenting ourselves, but you know, you can bribe you. That's okay. That'll get you going. And hello to my Max. He's such a good boy. All righty, let's see. Jessica could use a message healing about moving forward and healing from surgery. Would love some guidance and help on this journey. Let's take a little peek at that, Jessica. Your body needs some real love. And I do mean that in a nurturing way, as far as like, yes, of course, take good care of your body. Make sure you're getting enough water. Get some physical therapy or some opportunities to move yourself. Really do that and invest in that. But this isn't that, though you got to do that too. But this is about loving your body because you have not, you've had a lot of reasons over the years to not love your body. And I don't want to shame you. I hope that this doesn't feel like that. It's not intended to be in any way. What I'm hearing about it is, if you could put your hands on the parts of you that have been broken, if you could put your arms around the parts of you that have struggled and forgive them and love them and tell them that they're going to be okay and that you're going to be okay and that it is okay, there's some healing there that needs to happen. And Jessica, I suspect that might take you a minute, and I wonder if there will be some tears attached, and that's okay. But that's what I'm hearing from your body, is that to really finally finish healing and move on from this so that you can move on with your life, there needs to be some kind of an acknowledgement there of, yes, this has sucked. Yes, I have resented this, but you know what? We're okay. We're doing this together. I'm going to take care of you, and it's all right. Your body needs that from you. So if I can help you with that, I will. But that's what I'm hearing. And also just really, nurturing the body. Duh, right? I know you know that already. And Jessica, you are going to be able to move on. I think that's something you really need to hear. You are going to be able to move on. You've had some really wild bumps in the road the last year, I know. But you're getting through that. You're at the tail end of that now. So that, yes, you can move on. Maybe you're going to move, I wonder if we're going to see that from you. You're so ready for a fresh start. Everything about you is screaming for a fresh start. So we'll see what you do, right? Raven said she felt the singing bowl in her teeth, interestingly. Marlene said she felt it through her feet, releasing through her feet. Good. Jane said she's feeling so much better after the sound meditation and the reading. Yes. She said she's not above bribery parenting. Oh, me neither. That's how I get the pigs to do anything around here. It's bad, you guys. I've let those pigs train me in ways that I should have known better. But it's little things like Fee runs into my bedroom, and she's actually not allowed to hang out in my bedroom because, she ransacks the joint. But she runs in there, and then she won't leave till I throw her a treat because I have done that too many times. And so we had to have a conversation the other day about the fact that I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to just chase you out of here, and you don't get a treat when you come in here and refuse to leave, because I let her train me to do that. Stupid. But pigs are really smart. They are so smart. And obviously I'm discovering how many ways they have been outsmarting me. But it's okay. I'm not mad. It's just how it is. But so yes, I'm not above it either, Jane. Not in any way whatsoever. Alrighty, you guys, I'm sorry because I know that a couple of things came up in the Facebook Live and I have lost them. I can't see them, so I won't be able to address them today. So I apologize for that, but I think we got to everybody else. So I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I want to thank you for being listening. I want to let you know that I'll be back here on Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific for the Psychic Sisters. Don't forget that we're on sale today over at 12 Listen for our transit into Gemini. And happy birthday, Gemini. That's very exciting. I have a lot of Geminis in my world, so time to go shopping, I guess. Thanks you guys all so much for being here. You have been watching and listening to The Katie Weaver Show right here on 12 Radio, where we're changing the way we listen to the world.